Here in the beginning now, 50 years ago, and you'd have to go to Patchogue or Smithtown.
Yeah.
Did you make a lot of the stuff yourself instead of going to the store to buy it, like the pasta and
Sometimes
stuff?
she did it home, had it ready for Friday night, so we can run out here and cook it and eat it.
Yeah. Do you have a garden out here? Vegetables? No?
Not really.
I didn't have enough property.
Oh, okay.
I had an uncle that had a garden
Yeah.
in Belport,
Uh-huh.
and he used to give me all the vegetables.
Oh, so you found your uncle out here too, the uncle?
Yeah, I found an uncle.
He was in Belport.
So you had family out here then
He
too.
died 100 years
We
ago.
weren't close though.
Yeah.
One was here, one was there.
What do you remember of the neighborhood in Brooklyn as you were growing up? What do you remember of those streets and
We went to school
friends?
where I went to school. But she wasn't there at that time, so
Yeah.
I went to, first it was
157.
150, no, well, it was actually 157 on Kent Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
And then I graduated elementary school.
Were there a lot of Italians in this school?
Yeah, there was a couple of Irishmen, so,
Yeah.
They were mixed.
But it was all
most-
good.
Mostly, yeah, we never had any trouble.
Yeah.
I always got along with them.
Yeah. And then you moved on into high school?
And then I went to high school. I didn't go to high school. I graduated elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
That's as far as I went.
Mm-hmm.
I got my diploma, what I call high school diploma. I was 55 years old.
Wow. Wow.
And I got my elementary school.
That took courage. Took a lot of guts to do that.
I got it.
Yep.
Got it framed.
Yeah, I mean, that had to really, you probably had to take a lot of ribbon too for doing
yeah.
it. Yeah.
He was a paymaster in the Navy Yard. Yeah, I don't know how many did you make the payroll for?
4,000 people.
Yeah. So
And-
that
And what else?
My boss says to me, if you get your high school diploma, he says, I'll get you a $10 raise. You got it?
yeah.
I said, I didn't have it. When I went in, I said, I have no diploma for high school. All I got was elementary. He said, but you know your figures all right.
Yeah.
So he says, you go to school, he says, and if you get your diploma, show me a diploma and I'll get you a $10 raise. I got it.
Now that was like, then all these years that your mother and father didn't have, they weren't obviously not well-to-do people. They had to work all their lives. And your mother too, did your mother work?
It was like, it's another story.
Good.
When I don't think I was about 8 or 9 years old. That's about all I was. I used to open up the grocery store myself, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Your parents' grocery store?
I opened the store. But my parents, they were sleeping. They had the store at that time till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning open.
Yeah.
So they couldn't sleep. They had to sleep a little bit then. I let them sleep, and I used to open the store myself.
At 9 years old?
Yeah. I used to bring in the milk, and I used to have bread and whatever, butter and whatever. Had to come in every morning. And they used to close up at night. And then, as we got along from one place to another, so I went to finally 157 on Kent Avenue. That's where
You went to school.
I went to school and I got my...
But this now during the Depression times, these years?
Some of it was.
What was it like owning a grocery store in the Depression?
We had a book. You owe me, you owe me, you owe me. At the end of the week or the month, we used to get that time we used to get $56 a month, a family.
On home relief?
Yeah, home relief.
Yeah.
And I was on home relief too with him. So when I went on home relief, I got another break. I was laboring for about 3 or 4 months, $56 a month. So my supervisor come over and says, Frank, what are you doing? Yeah, you can do better than this. So I went I passed another examination. I got $105 a month. I was rich.
So in home relief, you got raises then according to your work.
Yeah.
So it was you worked and you got paid by the government.
Oh yes.
That's what it was?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So you had to work for your check then.
Yeah. Then gradually I worked myself up to supervisor, payroll supervisor.
Yeah. So you remember the Depression then?
Oh
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah.
Do you do too? Where were you when about the Depression time?
With
You were
me.
married.
With him.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
married.
Yeah. And what do you remember being the hardest part?
In the 30s.
When they robbed my pocketbook and stole all my children's jewelry.
They did that? In the street or at home?
We had to go to the welfare to get the apples. They gave us apples and stuff.
Yeah.
So we had to go and get them.
Yeah.
And while I was there, I laid my pocketbook down. Before you know, it disappeared.
Oh, my goodness.
It was rough at that time. We had to go for coal for the stove. We used to have this, in the wintertime, we used to have this sled.
Yeah.
Put a bag of coal on the sled and lug it home.
And the government gave you the coal?
Yeah.
And the government gave you the apples? What else did they give?
Yeah, apples, or sometimes free loin of pork.
Cans of peanut butter.
A loin of pork if they had a surplus from the farms.
All flat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was all fat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lucky we got it.
Yeah. And what about, what'd you say, cans of?
They had cans of peanut butter
Okay.
Yeah.
and fruit and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Sugar once in a while.
So you remember the lines then, waiting online to get
Oh,
different
yeah,
things.
sure.
And how?
And that was like late 20s, early 30s, like that?
No, late 30s.
Late 30s?
Yeah.
Oh, the
Yeah.
29 was the crash. Okay, and then
We
came.
had a couple of good years while I was married.
Yeah.
I had,
At the
we had
beginning,
two
like we
kids.
got
I
married
had
in
a boy and a
30.
girl.
We got
Yeah.
married in 30s.
Yeah.
So we had 3 or 4 years that I was working, had a job.
Yeah.
So we're doing pretty good that time.
Yeah. And what started it? What showed you the line between a good times and depression? What happened?
With the war. We had a war then, later on.
Yeah, my daughter was born during the war,
Mm.
1942.
That's the youngest daughter.
And any of your children go into the war? Or they were too little,
No.
No.
too small?
I was too old for the first war and too young for the second war.
Or just vice versa? Too young for the First World War, too old. That was like,
That's why I couldn't get no benefits.
yeah, that's like my father. My father missed the First World War, missed
I
the
did,
second.
yeah.
He was too old. Yeah, he
Right.
was 1903.
My age. Oh,
1903 he was, yeah. And I could remember the stories. My mother would tell me the stories of the Depression, too, how they had to work. And in the streets, too, to build
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
roads and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still keep up with the Italian traditions? That
No.
With what?
The Italian traditions that you brought it, that you, like
Yeah.
children, your children are their children?
They're practically all around the neighborhood. We got one in Florida, that's all we have. And the rest are all around here.
Yeah. But they would do the same as you would do for Christmas?
Oh,
and
yeah.
They would
Yeah.
cook
Oh,
the
yeah.
No, they
same?
do it themselves, they got their own families.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got my daughter lives right next door to me, and she does her own holiday. In fact, she invites us
Good,
for dinner,
good.
and my
Sometime we
son
switch.
invites us for.
Now, how many generations down continue it? Like your children do their children
Yeah.
continue
Oh,
it?
yes.
So all of them would
Quite a
continue?
few
Would continue.
grandchildren.
Yeah. good.
4 kids, all girls.
Oh, that's
The
right.
last one, my grandson said, no more. He got a baby boy.
No kidding. 24 girls and no boys?
No
We
boys.
got about 8 or 9 girls to one
To
boy.
carry the name, you know?
Oh, yes, yes.
They were-
So only one Matteo is going to
One
carry the
We
name?
only have the one.
And he is a beauty.
And then, but you had a son, of course, that carries
yeah, my
Got
Matteo.
the name now.
Okay.
He
And then-
carries the name.
Yeah, and then somebody else had to
And
carry it.
His
Yeah, that's
son,
right.
Carries the name.
He's the only one who could carry it.
Yeah.
That's the only one could carry it.
Oh, but at least it's still around.
So
And
far.
it'll be still there.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming in today. We appreciate it. And you've given us a big insight into what it was like so many years ago.
Yeah.
Thanks again. Good luck. Good health.
Thank you.
To
very
all
much.
you and yours.
Thank you for calling
you.
us.
Oh, it
And
was
we're
our
glad to
pleasure.
come anytime you want us.
Good. And we'll do it again.
Sure.